Read it station. The weathering of rocks. Mechanical weathering is the process of breaking big rocks into little ones. This process usually happens near the surface of the planet. Temperature also affects the land. The cool nights and hot days always cause things to expand and contract. That means to get bigger and smaller again. That movement can cause rocks to crack and break apart. Roots and plants can also push into the rocks and break them apart. They act like wedges and push the rocks apart. Little animals also help by burrowing and digging through the ground. As water thaws, it is then able to penetrate further into the widened space, where it later freezes again. The expansion of holes and cracks is very slow. However, water does not mind. It is very patient. Month after month, year after year, water freezes and thaws over and over, creating larger and larger holes and cracks in the rocks. Another important type of mechanical weathering is salt wedging. As water enters the holes and cracks in the surface of rocks, it often carries salt with it. As the water later evaporates, the salt is left behind. Over time, these salt deposits build up, creating pressure that can cause rocks to split and weaken. Temperature changes also affect mechanical weathering. As temperatures heat up, the rocks themselves expand somewhat. As the temperatures cool down, rocks contract slightly. The effect can be the weakening of the rock itself. Scientists have observed a process called freeze-thaw. That process occurs when the water inside of rocks freezes and expands. That expansion cracks the rocks from the inside and eventually breaks them apart. The freeze-thaw cycle happens over and over again, and the break finally happens. Another word for it is frost wedging. There are already some cracks in boulders, and water can get in the cracks. When that water expands, the rock is crunched between two expanding pieces of ice instead of being forced apart into separate pieces. Thanks for listening. Look for the questions on the back of this paper.